Durdle Magic. Welcome to Durdle Magic, and back to Obosh and Guest. So, our commander for this game is Kaervek the Merciless, 5 black red for a 5/4 legendary human shaman. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, this card deals damage to any target equal to that spell's converted mana cost. So, yep, nice little Punisher effect, if you will. But Obosh, the Prey Piercer, for 3 Rakdos Rakdos, that's a black red for the mana, is a 3/5 legendary Hellion Horror. If a source you control with an odd converted mana cost will deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals that double that damage to it instead. Has companion. Has companion. Your starting deck contains only odd converted mana cost cards and lands. That was annoying. You can't get any mana rocks that are really good. None of the signets. You're stuck with Soul Ring is good, Worn Power Stone, stuff like that. Taking a look at our opening hand. 2 mana, or 2 lands, and no way to get more. Although I really like the hand. Let's mulligan, see what we can get out of it. New hand, let's see. Dragon Skull Summit, Mountain, Worn Power Stone's good. So, I'm thinking gamble for a land. Hope not to discard the land. I don't really care about losing too much else besides the Worn Power Stone. So, I'm willing to take a gamble on this hand, if you will. Pardon the pun. Let's keep it. Alright, our first opponent of the day is Teysa Karlov, 2 white black for a legendary 2/4 human advisor. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent they control a trigger, it triggers again. Creature tokens you control have vigilance and lifelink. I like this card. I don't like playing aristocrats. Nothing against other people playing it though. But Chief Ascension, that was quick. At the beginning of each end step, if an opponent lost 2 or more life this turn, you may put a quest counter on this card. Whenever a card is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, if it has 3 or more counters on it, you may have that player lose 2 life, you gain 2 life. That's not the best for us, but we can deal with it. Alright, Expedition map, that changes plans a bit, so let's go ahead and do the mountain and do the map. That way we can go fetch another land, get 1 Power Stone down. I like fetching Ancient Tomb with this, so we'll probably be doing that. Go ahead and roll it over. Our next opponent is Reaper King for 10 mana or Wooburg or some combination thereof. It's a lot to say. I'll leave the card up a second here. Legendary artifact creature Scarecrow. Other Scarecrow creatures you control get 1/1. Whenever another Scarecrow enters the battlefield under your control, destroy target permanent. That's going to be annoying. The decks are pretty much always the same, but you never discount Reaper King. It can do some pretty nasty things, especially if they have the your stuff is every creature type kind of deal. And with all the new changelings, no one can say it's ineffective. Alright, our next opponent is Taigam Ojutai Master, 2 white blue for a legendary 3/4 human monk. Oh, flooded strand into play cracked for them. Instant sorcery and dragon spells you control can't be countered. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell from hand, if this attack this turn, that spell gains rebound. A very interesting Azorius commander. One I've looked at building on and off for a couple of years now. Might get around to it at some point. So there's a lot you can do with that. Protecting Taigam for that rebound ability though, that's a bit harder. Tundra down for Taigam. Hall of Heliod's Generosity, tap for colorless, 1 white tap, put an enchantment card from your graveyard on top of your library. I like this card. It's not overpowered or anything, but enchantments may have needed it. Not sure. Rolls over to our turn, we get a mountain. Alright, Dragon Skull Summit, let's crack the Expedition map. Let's get Ancient Tomb. And roll the turn. Rogue's Passage down for Reaper King. Not something I expected there. Lightning Greaves down for Reaper King. Is something I expected. Noticeably, can't have that or Swiftfoot Boots in this deck. The only protection I could find generally was Champion's Helm. I mean, you could do swords and stuff like that, but Champion's Helm just gives that hexproof. Imposter of the Sixth Pride coming down for Taigam. It is, in fact, a dragon, as well as a trilobite, an elf, a druid, a mutant, a news, you know, changeling. Alright, Teysa doesn't do anything. Over to our turn, we get a Moonlight Bargain, good for putting stuff in our graveyard or drawing a few extra cards at the expense of life. We're not exactly trying to gain some life here. So let's go ahead and play the Mountain, play the Worn Power Stone, and pass the turn. We want to be sure to ramp into stuff or get some card draw. We got card draw and Moonlight Bargain, so I think we're okay. Otherwise, Magus of the Wheel. If we do it now, that might be good, but we'll have to wait and see. Ristic Say coming down for the Reaper King. Don't look forward to paying the 1, but we can. Glimmer Void also came down for them. At the beginning of the end step, if you control no artifacts, sacrifice it. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. So, let's see. We could Chaos Warp it at some point, but I don't know. It's just color fixing. It's not doing anything to us. Prairie Stream coming down for Taigam. Terramorphic Expanse for Teysa. Cracking Terramorphic. Plains into play for Teysa. Alright, brings it to our turn. Got a second Black Source. That's good for a Moonlight Bargain. Let's go ahead. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do Ancient Tomb, get Kaervek out, see if people want to do anything to it. Seems like it could be good for us. Get black off that. Oop, not Obosh. Not Obosh. Not used to these new tabs just yet. Cast Kaervek. Can't pay for the Ristic Study. Kaervek into play. Let's wait and see what happens. Roll it on over. What Chief Ascension will trigger? Let's see. Somebody lost 2 or more life this turn. It gets a quest counter. That'd be us from Ancient Tomb. Selesnya Guildgate into play for Reaper King. Rakdos Signet. We have a trigger. Let's go ahead and hit the Teysa player. They're going to be gaining life off that enchantment pretty soon. May need to Chaos Warp it. Alright. Taigam coming down for Taigam. Ristic Study triggers. We have a trigger off Kaervek. Let's go ahead and hit the Reaper King. Blood Chief Ascension will trigger. Ministrant of Obligation, 2/1 Afterlife 2. Ristic trigger, we have a trigger. Let's go ahead and hit Taigam. Sure, why not? Blood Chief will trigger. Let's see, that will be enough counters, yeah? Yep, 3 or more. Back to our turn, Temple of Malice. I think I want Obosh this turn, so let's go ahead and play a Swamp. And then let's summon Obosh. Let's see, dose requirement on the colors. So let's do Worn Power Stone, red, red, black. Cast Obosh. Ristic Say will trigger, we will not be paying for that. Alright, leaving up colorless and red for the Chaos Warp. So I think we swing into the Reaper King, because I don't need my stuff destroyed. Kaervek will deal 10 damage. And then if they play Reaper King, which has a CMC of 10, we deal 20 to them. Seems good. Don't know if we'll survive afterward. Kaervek into the Reaper King. Alright, 10 is good. Just to double check, let's see. Yeah, they don't have any commanderness or anything. I didn't think so. I just want to make sure Obosh goes to the graveyard. That's why I have Recursion in here in the first place. As that Guildgate into play for Reaper King. Reaper King concedes the game. Yeah, had they summoned Reaper King, we would have done 20 to them, and then we only needed 6. Snow-covered plains into play for Taigam. Noticeably, they also have a snow-covered island, so I wonder if this is going to mean anything for us. Taigam going into Teysa. I can live with that. Time Reversal. Can't be carried. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library and draws 7 cards. Exile Time Reversal. Okay. So, do I want to respond with any kind of Chaos Warp? No, I think we're good here. Let's go ahead and blast them for the 10 they're going to take from us. Alright, so we'll in fact get exiled. I was wondering about that. I was pretty sure, but my rules knowledge has been wrong before. Blood Chief Ascension will trigger. Our new hand has Blasphemous Act, Vile Smasher the Fierce, that could be interesting, Command Tower, Stuffy Doll, Temple of the False God, and Evolving Wilds. I know people are usually down on the Temple of the False God, but I've never had too bad luck with it. Command Tower into play for Teysa. Ooh, Elenda the Dusk Rose. 2 white-black legendary vampire knight, 1/1 lifelink. Whenever another creature dies, it gets a 1/1 counter. When it dies, create X 1/1 white vampire creature tokens with lifelink, where X is Elenda's power. Seems good in Teysa. We have a trigger. Let's go ahead and hit the Teysa player. Our turn. Archfiend of Depravity. Might be good against Teysa if we can't contain them. Let's go ahead and play Temple of the False God. And then I think Vile Smasher, the Fierce. That'd leave us with a lot of colorless and just Dragon Skull Summit. At that point, we could do Blasphemous Act, but I think we'll do Stuffy Doll. Yeah, I think we do that. So let's go ahead, do this. Take the 2, Stuffy Doll. We'll pick the Teysa player. And then we have one floating, red, black, Vile Smasher the Fierce. Alright, and let's go to combat. We'll send Kaervek in at the Taigam player. Alright, they take 10 down to 16. Roll it to our opponents and let's see what happens. Ascension triggers. Snow-covered plains into play for Taigam. Taigam into Teysa. Seems legitimate. We could have killed it. Alright. They'll be blocking with the Ministry of Obligation. It will die, and they'll get 2 tokens. Elenda will trigger as well. Talent of the Telepath. Can't be countered. Target opponent reveals the top 7 cards of the library. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from among them without paying its mana cost. Then that player puts the rest into their graveyard. Spell Mastery. If you have 2 or more instants and or sorceries in your graveyard, you may cast up to 2 instants and sorcery spells from among the revealed cards instead of 1. Their graveyard is gone. They are targeting us with it. So let's go ahead and, yeah. I think we just nailed them with the damage. Never mind, Taigam. Alright, let's see. Everlasting Torment, Dark Ritual, Buried Alive, and Torrent of Souls. Nothing I really need to fear. So let's see. They have Rituals or Torrent. They could do the Ritual and cast something else from their hand with a Rebound. I think that's how that works. Let's see. Yep, that'll work. Casting Dark Ritual. Blood Chief Ascension will trigger on us a bunch of times. That's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and hit Teysa with the damage this time. Taigam passes the turn. Ascension will trigger. Path of Exile on our commander. That kind of blows. Let's go ahead and hit Elenda. Making sure she gets out of here before she creates a billion tokens. Well, yes, I would like to go get a land. Let us get a swamp. Soul Guide Lantern. Can exile stuff from a graveyard. Glad Obosh isn't in there right now. Let's see. Exile target card in graveyard. They're going to exile the Dark Ritual. Okay. Alright. Rolls over to our turn. We get Chandra's Ignition. That's interesting. Use it on Vile Smasher, I think, is the way we want to go here. That way, we won't kill Obosh, Stuffy Doll won't matter, and we kill everything else. So let's go Command Tower. Chandra's Ignition, targeting Vile Smasher. Vile Smasher will trigger. Let's get somebody nuked at random. Alright, we hit Teysa, works for me. Anguished and Making on Obosh. Yep, I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but what can you do? Alright, just about everything's wiped out. We deal 2 more to the Teysa, plus 2 more from the Stuffy Doll, which will trigger here, and Blood Chief Ascension triggers. Archfiend. Unfortunately, we can't wheel with the Ascension in play, so let's go ahead and cast the Archfiend of Depravity. And, I don't know, threaten Teysa a bit more. Go to combat. Lose some mana. Alright, they're down to 2. If anything that goes to their graveyard, they will lose the Bloodchief Ascension. So, we have them under control unless they get some life gain. Now we focus on Teysa. I do believe they'll die once this resolves, right? Because it rebounds the physical card. Targeting us. Let's see, they get Force of Despair, Vandal Blast. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Vandal Blast. Does this let them cast for any color? Let's see, without paying the mana cost? So they cannot overload it. Thank the gods. Thank you, Chaos Lords. Alright, we get a bunch of other triggers. They're going to blow up our one Power Stone. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to go down to 4. This isn't looking good. Alright, they lose the game. I was starting to wonder about that because of Talent of the Telepath. It had to, I guess, resolve all the way with the Vandal Blast. Saves our one Power Stone, so that's nice. 1-on-1. Uphill battle. They're at full health. 3 cards in hand for them, 3 cards in hand for us. 2 basically dead cards, however. That's the problem. 4 cards in hand for Teysa. We are only at 6 life. They just need to, like, kill both our creatures and, like, something else and we die. I think the weakness of the strategy we had this game was not Chaos Warping that darn Ascension. Knight of the White Orchid, they'll go get a Plains. Diabolic Intent, sack a creature, go get a card from their deck to their hand. That's not good. Let's see, they are casting Reanimate on Elenda. That's not good news either. Swords to Plowshares on the Archfiend of Depravity. Sad face, but we will gain some life, so that's not as bad. Alright. The gaining some life gave us some room to play with. We were struggling there for a bit. They have nothing I really want to occur with our newly drawn Primordial. So that's unfortunate. If we could kill Alonda and get it back, that'd be cool. Let's play the Evolving Wilds and crack it. We will go get I think a Swamp. Ascension will trigger, draining us for 2. Actually, let's go ahead and get a Mountain. Let's see, if we reforge the Soul for 5, we take 4, leaves us at 5, we deal damage to them, you know, randomly like, and get a whole new hand, but so do they. Alright, I think we recast our commander here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kaervek, you expensive boy. Vial Smasher will trigger. We'll choose an opponent at random. Roll the, flip the double-faced coin, I suppose. Let's go to attacks. Let's do Vial Smasher at him. Why not? Alright, they take the 2. We'll roll it on over to them. See what happens. Ascension will trigger. Alright, I sacrificed the Soul God Lantern to draw a card. Probably looking for a little bit more removal. Smothering Tithe. Yeah, I don't care. Here, kill Elenda. I don't want that to get out of hand. He'll die, it'll create a token. At the end of turn, tap Stuffy Doll, let it hit itself a little bit, hit Teysa. Seems good. Summoning type with trigger. We have a Gilded Lotus. So let's see. We have for the Primordial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Gilded Lotus. Let's go ahead and pay 2 for the Tithe. I think we can wait on the Gilded Lotus. Let's go ahead and just do the Primordial for now. Vial Smasher will trigger. We'll deal 7 to him. Alright. Let's go and get their Alinda so we don't have to deal with that anymore. Let's go to attacks. Let's go in with Kaervek and Vial Smasher. They could have removal in the 1 card in hand, but if we don't venture out and start smacking something, we won't win. Alright, they take everything. Let's roll the turn and see what happens. Aven Mind Sensor. Alright, we'll go ahead and kill the token. I think at this point we just want to keep their field as empty as possible. So that way we can just attack. End of turn, tap the Stuffy Doll again, let it hit itself. Smothering Tithe will trigger. We get a Bloodfell Caves. Sure, we'll pay for the Tithe. Bloodfell Caves, go! That 1 life. It may be worth it, you never know. Alright, they're responding with Orim's Chant. Target player can't cast spells this turn. If a spell is kicked, creatures can't attack this turn. That's unfortunate. So they buy themselves a turn. So let's go ahead, kill the Aven Mind Sensor. Another counter will be put on the Dusk Rose. So they save themselves for a turn. 0 cards in hand. Hopefully they don't draw a Wrath and wipe us out. Rolled on over to the opponent. Opponent concedes the game. Alright, I guess they didn't draw anything. Lucky for us, that Bloodchief Ascension was doing so much work, especially with the Telepath card, whatever our opponent had over there. So that was a close one. Good game to our opponent. If you liked the content you saw here today, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell so you're notified of my new videos, and share and like so everyone can come and just Durdle with us. If you have other content you like on YouTube, other creators, go and watch their videos, support them, hit like, hit share. I know they'll appreciate it, I'll appreciate it. We're all in this together during this time. Please be responsible, follow the guidelines, stay safe out there, and after all this, maybe I'll see some of you and we can sit down and Durdle with some magic. Bye.